when the communication starts to dwindle and she starts to withdraw, she's doing that intentionally so you feel like you're losing her, and you step up your game. Because you start to fear like, oh my God, I'm losing her, I'm not doing enough. So you start to become clingy, in her opinion, and you start to do all of these extra things to win her. But the reality is that she's doing this to test you, to see if you will put in all of the effort.
I always find it interesting when a woman talks about other women in a way that I think this lady is going to be talking about women. I just saw the title. It said subtle ways women manipulate men. And I knew I had to make a video. I didn't want to listen to it. I want to hear it for the first time with you guys. So I feel like the title of the video says it all, right? She's going to be giving game to men. I hope you're subscribed. Please like the video. In case this takes long, I'm not gonna talk too much. Please subscribe and like the video. So we're gonna get into it now. Let's listen.
I don't know what man needs to know and understand this, but women learn from a very, very young age that manipulating men will always get them what they want. Let's go over a few tactics that you...
Sorry to stop it so early. I feel like I'm gonna forget. To be fair, I think even men or boys learn from a young age how to manipulate women in a way, right? We can talk about how bad the other one is later, but yeah.
You might not even be aware of how you've been manipulated or are currently being manipulated by a woman. If you catch a woman in a lie, whether she admits it or not, she'll start emailing you or texting you long-ass paragraphs, and it's not to acknowledge or take accountability for the fact that she lied. It's the fact that she wants to feel good about herself again. So she's only sending you these long paragraphs to make herself feel good. It's not about you. It's manipulation. The most common way that women manipulate men is putting them in the friend zone because they want to...
We've all been there. So she said, when a woman has done something wrong, instead of apologizing and taking accountability, she's going to send you these long ass paragraphs, call you nonstop to make herself feel better, right? It's the same thing that people do after they've cheated and were never caught, that they feel guilty and they want to tell the other person that they cheated so they can lighten the load, feel better, while the other person is learning it for the first time. Now the other person is feeling bad. You feel better because you're not as guilty anymore because the other person knows, but the other person is learning it for the first time. They have to deal with it.
Keep you on the side. They want your attention. Well, simultaneously, they're banging other dudes and they want to talk about it with you. It's about attention. It's not about being friends. It's not about eventually being the guy that she's going to date. She's using you to feel good about herself and to have a backup plan, because I promise you, if a woman is single, she is never talking to just one dude. Next one is super common, but a lot of women...
If you are in the friend zone and you have hopes of making it out, make it out now. Leave now. Because you're just feeding her ego, giving her the attention that she's looking for, feeling like she's the most wanted, right? Because there are guys who are willing to stick around when there's another guy. I mean, I've been there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been there. I'm not doing it again, right? So if you are in the friend zone and you have hopes of dating this girl, forget or leave as early as you can. Maybe then you'll stand a chance.
And use jealousy as a manipulation tactic to make you keep chasing her. What do I mean by that? Anytime you hear a woman say that, oh, but this man bought me flowers, and oh, but this man is taking me on a date, or oh, I'm meeting just a friend for lunch or coffee. She's not telling you this out of the kindness of her heart because she wants to be upfront and honest with you. She's telling you this so you, end up chasing her because she wants to feel like the prize. Again, it is about validating her own feelings about herself and has absolutely nothing to do with you. Next one,
And this one kind of puts a lot into perspective, right? Women will do this kind of thing to make you feel jealous so you can step your game up in a way and start pushing harder or pursuing her aggressively, for lack of a better word. But what they do not realize is that with masculine, what they like to call real men, it doesn't work. That's not going to work. No man wants to be chasing after a woman who's looking at other guys, right? And it also explains why women tend to gravitate towards guys who have a lot of girls. If a guy is dealing with a lot of girls or a guy has a girlfriend, they take that as competition or as a challenge. They tend to like a guy who has girls around him. I don't know how they think that works, but hey.
this one will happen over and over and over and over again, is that when the communication starts to dwindle and she starts to withdraw, she's doing that intentionally so you feel like you're losing her and you step up your game. Because you start to fear like, oh my God, I'm losing her, I'm not doing enough. So you start to become clingy, in her opinion, and you start to do all of these extra things to win her. But the reality is that she's doing this to test you, to see if you will put in all of the effort. What she really wants is all of the drama. She wants the reaction. She wants it to turn into, a discussion, even an argument, because she likes the high and lows of toxicity, and she will intentionally withdraw to make you feel like you're the problem. It is another manipulation tactic to not only make you feel small, but also to make her feel good, because guess what? Now you feel like you're losing her, you're chasing her again, and it's a repeated cycle. Another really sneaky way that women manipulate.
Um, that's really stupid. It's really stupid. I mean, I don't understand why people have to play games to begin with, right? If you like a person, you like them, talk it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You do not need to string anyone along and make them believe that there's something there.
Manipulate men is they use their sexuality, and I don't mean just her sleeping with you. I mean her sending you sexy photos or videos, and she'll essentially use it as like a love bombing tactic to make you feel like you're gonna get the most from her. And she uses her sexuality, but what ultimately is going to happen is that part of her is going to turn into a negative experience where she can later on use it as an excuse to leave you or dump you because you only wanted her for her sexuality. You're sitting there like,
ooh wee,
super confused because wait, I never asked you for these photos, I never asked you for these videos, I never asked you to talk dirty to me. You came on to me, I reacted, and now basically she's flipping it on you for feeling good about a situation that she created. And lastly,
what's going on? I'm starting to feel like men are not meant to win with women. So they basically set these traps for you not to get out of, just to make themselves feel better. I guess this also explains things like the Shannon Sharp situation, right? It's not a laughing matter. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm just laughing because this is all, as much as I've always known this, well, I've known this for years now, it still baffles me how people can be so shady. Right? This is me being nice.
Another way that women use manipulation to control a narrative is that they will actually butter you up. They will learn your insecurities, and they learn your insecurities not because they actually care about you, but it's to make you feel like she is trustworthy and that she will always be there for you, only to let you down later on. I could probably do a part 2 because there's so many other ways that women use manipulation and to control you, and it actually works because a lot of y'all are enticed by the sexual nature of a woman, and she knows exactly what she's doing when she's doing it. So when she tries to pretend like she's this innocent little girl, just remember she doesn't get to pick and choose when she wants princess treatment and when she wants to be treated like an adult. Okay, bye. I don't know what man needs.
And what she said there about innocence, I think they're ever really innocent when they're young, when they're underage, right? We know that they can be not innocent even when they're underage, but I would say the only time they're really innocent is when they're underage, right? And obviously, this doesn't go for all women, right? That goes without saying. We don't need to say it. We don't need to say that. Oh, come on. I'm gonna cut this video here. My fridge just turned on. So yeah, I'm gonna see if she has a part 2. If she does, I'm gonna make a video on that as well. But yeah, this goes to show that women play a lot of stupid games and expect to win some prize like a good man. A good man they also do not want. Tell me how many of these you actually knew about and how long it took you to actually understand all this about women. I'll check you in the next video. Make sure you're subscribed and you like the video. Jovic.